Alright, what it is, Daniacs. We back here with Sneeko the Muslim. We're going to be talking some theology. Let's roll with it. Let's go with it. I'm a non-Abrahamic, true monotheist. Followers of Abraham are a blood cult of sin worshippers. And I actually consider Gnostics and Satanists as followers of Abraham as well. I mean, it's easier to see on the Gnostics, but people are like, what are you talking about, Satanists are followers of Abraham? Because Satanists also let their entire world perception be dictated by the broken theology of Abraham. What makes the theology of Abraham broken is that it incessantly attempts to interject division into that which is united. And they do that through constructs such as sin, Satan, devil, hell. That these are all divisions within the one true creator. I believe in the one true creator. All names and words ever spoken are the name and word of the one true creator. For there is no name or word possible to be spoken without the breath of life which empowers it. I use 5 fundamental traits to describe my perception of the one true creator, which is unity, consciousness, dark and light, and paradox. I also call it the fractal singularity omnimatrix. We are all fractal expressions of the one true creator. The one true creator is the original primordial self. All self is an extension of the omni-self. All consciousness is an extension of the omni-consciousness. We are all co-creators within the Godhood. Now, my theology that I'm developing, I bet you Sneeko would say that I am Satanist. There's a lot of Christians that would say I am a Satanist. And we're going to get into it here in a minute once I start going back and forth with Sneeko a little bit as to why that is. But that is a total straw man of my beliefs. I do not believe in Satan. And let's go ahead and jump on into it. I've been criticized before for not throwing all my cards on the table right off the bat, so I've been making sure to do that in every video a little bit more. I've had people watch my videos and be like, what the fuck do you even believe in anyways? Like, okay, all right, throw all my cards on the table right up front. There you have it.
Serving the ego, serving the self is what the devil wants you to do. That's Iblis.
Okay, so right off the bat, the devil wants you to serve the self. Okay, so right away with the separations. See, there is no self separate from the omni-self, the God, the one true creator. There is no self separate from the one true creator. Divine sovereignty is our inseparable connection to the actual one true creator. Divine sovereignty is the source of divine revelation. Anything that you make and create as a co-creator is a totem. Totems are beautiful things. Totems are meant to serve as inspiration for your future self looking back on what you created, and for any other co-creators looking at your creation. It's supposed to serve as inspiration for whoever is looking upon this totem to search within themselves for their own unique connection to the actual one true creator. So I do not believe in Satan. There is no Satan. There is no sin. And this is stuff like that is why I would say that Sneeko and definitely a bunch of Christians would call me a Satanist, because I don't worship sin with you. And you do worship sin if when I say there is no sin, you're like, oh, wait, no, there has to be sin. We are homogeneously saturated in sin. There must be sin. That is why you are a sin worshiper. You cannot possibly conceive of an existence without sin. So when I say that, people are like, oh, well, look at all the bad things. Isn't this, that, and the other sin? And usually the this, that, and the other that people list off, I can usually find examples in your chosen holy book where your chosen God is prescribing and commanding those exact same things that you call sin. But then you will use cognitive bias to say, oh, that's not sin. As long as God commands it, then it's not sin. Oh, okay. See, because the actual one true creator is the primordial source of intellect and wisdom. And through intellect and wisdom and self-discovery, you enhance your connection to the one true creator. You delve more into it. You become more aware of your unique connection to the one true creator. And this is what scares the hell out of followers of Abraham, that because they incessantly try to prop up their idol of their holy book and say, this book here is the source of divine revelation. And if they can just, and in doing that, that is attempting to manipulate fellow co-creators into relinquishing their divine sovereignty. Okay, so when they are trying to force their holy books on you and prop them up as if the holy books themselves are the source of divine revelation, they are actually attempting to manipulate you to co-opt your divine revelation, to lend the power of your divine sovereignty to their systems. So let's roll with it, Sneeko. Let's roll with it.
The story of Satan. Let me break it down. I don't know if Tate knows this stuff. Maybe not. Who cares? Why Satan is here, the representative of evil. The angel Iblis got...
There is no evil. I don't believe in sin. I don't believe in evil. I don't believe in devil. So there's bad. And people are like, oh, well, if you believe in bad, then you believe in evil. That's just a softer language for evil. No, bad is an inevitable experience that every single sentient singularity, every single subjective relative consciousness will inevitably experience. Because as a condition-dependent being, we need certain conditions to be met in order to survive and thrive. And when those conditions are not met, we will inevitably call it bad, because we need these conditions to live. So bad and evil are not the same thing. Evil is a religious juxtaposition overlaid over bad in order to co-opt it as part of the manipulation tactics to get people to relinquish their divine sovereignty unto the systems and establishments created by followers of Abraham.
Egotistical. This was the first sin. The angels were created, and
Who has the biggest ego within all holy books? The Torah, the Bible, the Quran. Who has the biggest ego? It is the proposed God of that book has the biggest ego. Worship none but me. See, that is weakness, because all worship is his worship. There is no divinity separate from his divinity. All divinity is his divinity. The actual one true creator. The one true creator does not impose commandments. For the nature of his expression is complete freedom. And there is a paradox in that, as there is in everything else, because with every brighter freedom, there inevitably triggers an internal tyranny in order to craft an ever brighter freedom. Just as the particle wave duality found within every single atom, which makes up all of what we call existence.
One angel that wanted to be worshipped. The angels were told to worship God.
That sounds a lot like your proposed creator. Worship me, worship me, worship me. All worship is his worship. You can do nothing but worship the one true creator.
Iblis said, no, you should worship me. He became Satan, not an angel. It was a jinn, not an angel, a jinn, a spirit. And the story, and this happened, this is real. This is why evil, greed, lust, this is why sin exists, is because the first move was ego. Iblis wanted to be.
Oh, the first move was ego, huh? See, you're talking about ego and pride and worship me, but who does that sound most like? That sounds most like your proposed creator. This is why I say the theology of Abraham is broken. It is incessantly interjecting divisions into that which is united.
Worshipped the way God was worshipped. But we should only worship the Almighty Creator. Why worship anything else? Why worship the self? Ego is a path to destruction.
All self is his self. There is no self separate from the one true creator. And this is what I'm talking about with the divisions. You are trying to put an artificial division between yourself and the God self, the omni self. There is no division. There is only unity. Our self is the God self. We are all an expression of God. God is living through our lives. That is why it is the eternal living God. And all life is living death. So it is also the eternal dying God. See, that's another thing Muslims and some Jews like to say is that God can't die. Oh, then God is not all-powerful. An all-powerful God can live, can die, and can live again ad infinitum. Ad infinitum.
Ego is Satanism. Ego is Shaitan. Because the people who have...
If ego is Satan, then God is Satan. Your proposed God. Because your proposed God is the biggest ego. So you don't have a problem with ego, Sneeko, and all who think like him. You don't have a problem with ego. You just have a problem with anyone daring think that they deserve the right to express their own ego, because you are constantly interjecting your divisions of no, God created everything, but everything is not God. Oh, okay. If God is a perfect creator, then there is no separation between the creator and the creations. We are all co-creators within the Godhood.
Elon like me. The people who have my normal mentality of he helped me, show him respect. I promised him something, stick to my word. Let me analyze the situation, make the smart move. Like being the right good person. All of those qualities are how you get out. People like Sneaky can never get out. He'll always self-sabotage. He'll always fuck up. He'll always talk shit about someone that he needed later on. He'll always chase clicks instead of think ahead. He's just too stupid. So he'll always be stuck where he is. Yeah, you wanted to be in my video. You asked to, and then you said there were no issues, guy. You had all this to say. You're going to say, oh, he talks shit behind people's back. This is literally, you're doing exactly what you're accusing me of right now. All cool. All cool.
It is prime hypocrisy all the way around. It is prime hypocrisy, just like the turtles all the way down. Because like right now, you got Andrew Tate, talking down on Sneeko. Then you got Sneeko talking down on Tate. Then you got me talking down on all y'all motherfuckers. Because y'all are talking down on me. It's hypocrisy all the way down, motherfuckers. So come now.
Face to face. No issues. It's fine. And you go on the podcast. Which is streaming to basically nobody, barely paying. I have 3 times the amount of viewers as you literally right now. I have 3 times the amount of viewers as you right now. And if you're going to call me broke right now, which is coming up, at least I didn't take the fucking gambling deal. That's something that you can't say. Are you about to say it? To rent in a small apartment in New York. What do you say? Oh, it's a small apartment in New York. I have 2 apartments, first off, and I never took the gambling deal, and I never would.
Well, I wish I was as broke as Sneako. All right, let's just make that clear. Sneako ain't broke. Sneako ain't broke. He might not have as much money as Tate, but that don't mean he's broke. But see, now Tate did nothing but chase the gambling. Like literally, Tate went knocking on the doors of the owners of casinos, begging to get in bed with them. Following Tate's story, he said, I went to make them an offer that they couldn't refuse. Tate said, I told them that I will fund the casino to put their rivals out of business or some such.
Can you say the same? You remember when you called all these gambling, should they promote gambling? It's so bad and degenerate. Resist the slave might escape. Gambling is brain rot and they're promoting it to their audience. What happened?
See, the monetary system we have is a debt system. It was never a credit system. And there's a big difference. The debt system is always meant to keep you in debt. A credit system is always meant to keep you in credit. One's a plus, the other is a minus. So now let's talk about monetary systems. Okay, monetary systems are only empowered by we the people. And they have manipulated us into believing otherwise. See, but it's obvious that we the people are the ones who empower the monetary systems, because we the people are the ones who choose to use a monetary system or not to use it. And those who create the monetary systems need our consent to use those monetary systems. Over time, throughout history, many different things have been used as the symbol of value, which we call a monetary system. Cocoa beans have been used for monetary systems. All kinds of different physical things that could actually have some kind of inherent value. Gold, cocaine, salt, all these physical things that actually within themselves had some kind of use, but the value ascribed to them was ascribed by the people using that thing as a monetary system. Okay, recently we have been co-opted into accepting monetary systems, but they need our acceptance for these monetary systems, which is they would much love to do away with the paper system, which they have been working on, but it's taking so long because they need our consent. They need to manipulate we the people into accepting whatever new monetary system that they are proposing and imposing. And they are scared shitless that because they know the thing that they try to keep from us incessantly. They know that we can simply choose to not use their monetary systems and use any other fucking system in the world. They know that. That is why they're desperately trying to shut down the Bitcoin, because that is an unregulated, decentralized monetary system. And when it is decentralized, that means it empowers everyone instead of just powering those who can centralize it.
You took it. I thought you were the billionaire rich guy. You make so much, all these yachts, all these cars. I have an apartment in New York, and I still didn't take it. And I never will. That's the difference between me and you. I'm top G.
I think he doesn't realize. Is it alliances?
I think that most people are exactly where they belong. I think that there is a strain.
We are all co-creators within the Godhood. We create the worlds that we live in. It is cause and effect. Your beliefs and your thoughts shape your actions, and your actions create your world.
There's cosmic justice in the universe. And all of the people who suck are trapped because they suck. And the people who escaped because they don't suck. Do you understand? It's almost like you.
So what he's saying right here is all rich people don't suck because they are inherently rich, or they inherently don't suck because they are rich. So he is directly equating one's value to the how much they have bought in to the monetary system imposed on them by governments. See, the governments need us. We do not need the governments.
You have, this is an easy concept to understand when it comes to your physical body. You have the physical body you want. Because if you want it to be bigger, you train harder. I've never seen anybody train in the gym every single day as hard as possible, eat right, and not get bigger. We're humans. It's like gravity. It has to happen. So why aren't you bigger? Because you don't train in the gym. You don't eat right. Why? Because you don't want it enough. That's it. You have the body that you want. You may sit and go, I'd like another body. Like and want are different things. If you really wanted it, you go get it. And you have the life you want. And you have the friends you want.
I've never seen someone, Andrew Tate, who put in their proper cardio to totally gas out in the second round of a fight. Nigga. If you wanted that cardio, Tate, you would have put in the proper training to get that cardio so that you didn't gas out in the second round of your more fight, Tate. So you obviously didn't want it bad enough to win that fight, or else you would have put in the proper cardio. Now I know my cardio sucks. I know that. but I'm not going to act surprised and blame it on God if I go out there and gas out in the first round, because a punching bag will kick my ass within 2 minutes. 2 minutes or less if I'm going hard, you know? And the punching bag didn't even throw one fucking punch. But just from the sheer exertion of beating that punching bag's ass for 2 minutes, I'm done. But I know I'm not going to blame that on God, Tate, like you did. That shit was hilarious, bro.
The alliances you want.
Yeah,
If I ever meet Elon Musk,
those
even
ratios
though I disagree with
fucking
him about many subjects, I disagree with him about H1B1 and a bunch of
those
things.
ratios
I'm
really
not going to sit and go,
rattle
hey, you know what, fuck you, bro. What the fuck? Elon, thank you very much for giving me a Twitter account. I don't have to agree with everything you say, but thank you very much for what you did for the world. I just want to say thank you, because I don't think enough people thank you, Elon. Thank you. Sneaky wouldn't say that. He'd take a selfie. Elon in the background and go, what the fuck a Jew lover? And just be like, Elon will never do business with you. He will never talk to you.
I don't want
he will
to
never
do
help
business
you.
with Elon.
You'll never be able to call him.
What
You wonder why you stay at the bottom. Imagine for a second how powerful a friend I would be to some unknown.
See, and here's his problem, is that he's acting like you need to escape the matrix to get rich. No, escaping is not needing finances. It's not judging your self-worth based off of money and business connections. These are worldly desires. All this, it comes and goes. It's nothing. We're here temporarily and we're dead forever. Oh no, Sneako's...
Well, that depends on what you believe, Sneeko. See, the Jews believe in reincarnation. Christians and Muslims don't. They believe in just one life. That's it. I believe in reincarnation. I believe I was a Jew in a past life. I would say that the Jews are even though there's plenty of problems with Judaism, but I think that the Jews are the closest to the one true creator, although I have plenty of arguments to dismantle Judaism itself. And see, Christianity and Islam was co-opted by Judaism because originally they started as rebellions against Judaism, but they were eventually co-opted by Judaism. That's why they all claim to be Abrahamic religions, right? In order to act as a funnel to funnel people into Judaism. And I have strong enough arguments against Judaism itself to where I'm totally comfortable with everyone funneling into Judaism. Because I can dismantle Judaism just as well as I can dismantle Christianity and Islam. Now, I know the least bit about Islam, but the more I learn about it, the more effectively and easily I will be able to dismantle it. So, same thing for Christians. The Christians are like, read the Bible. Man, the more I read in the Bible, the more I see that their proposed God is not the one true creator. Same for Judaism. And I plan on getting me a Quran. And you guys are not going to like it when I get a Quran, because I will dismantle the holy flying fuck out of it. The little bit I've delved into the Quran already, I have dismantled the holy flying fuck out of it. Actually, let's check some of that out right quick. If Yahweh made man in his image with his heart, and Yahweh breaks his own commandments, then by virtue of perfect creation, not only should Yahweh not punish his creation for breaking his commandments, he should expect and rejoice in his creation's breaking his commandments, because what is good for the Father is good for the Son. Otherwise, Yahweh proves himself to not be the one true creator. Yahweh can break his law all he wants, but at the moment he does, he proves that his law is not absolute or objective. And he also proves that he doesn't give a flying fuck about his own law. And if Yahweh is all-powerful, then that means he has the power to enact his will without breaking his law. So the fact that he does break his own law at any point ever proves that he does not give a flying fuck about his own law. Yahweh breaking his law proves he is not the one true creator, for a true law cannot be broken, such as in the naturalistic scientific laws. The one true creator has the power to enact his will without breaking his own laws. The one true creator is the primordial source of intellect and wisdom, and would lead by example, not by hypocrisy. The commandments break themselves. The one true creator has no need to make commandments. I retain my divine sovereignty as I declare that all creations have direct access to the one true creator through our divine sovereignty, our inseparable connection to the one true creator. For all words are God's words. For there is no sound uttered without the empowerment of the breath of life which empowers it. Proven incorrect historical and scientific claims within Islam. Okay. So, the Quran, 1886. Until when he reached the setting of the sun, he found it sitting in a spring of dark mud. Yet, the sun does not literally sit in a physical location. And it does not come from a spring of dark mud. Embryology, bones formed before flesh. Quran 23:14. Then we made the sperm drop into a clinging clot, and we made the clot into a lump, and we made the lump bones, and we covered the bones with flesh. This is scientifically proven incorrect. Flesh and bones develop simultaneously in embryos. So now, if the actual all-knowing one true creator wrote the Quran, as they like to say, then I should find absolutely zero scriptures within it that can be disproven. Yet I have many scriptures within the Quran that can be disproven. Semen origin. Quran 86, 6-7. He was crafted from a fluid ejected, emerging from between the backbone and the ribs. Incorrect. Semen is produced in the balls, not the backbone ribs area. They're piling up, y'all. Quran 67:5. And we have certainly beautified the nearest heaven and with lamps, and have made lamps missiles to drive away the devils. Disproven. Stars are distant suns. Meteors are atmospheric phenomena, not anti-devil weapons. Crucifixion denial. Quran 4:157. And they're saying, indeed, we have killed Messiah, Jesus, the son of Mary, the messenger of Allah, and they did not kill him, nor did they crucify him, but another was made to resemble him to them. Contradicted. Historical consensus. Tacitus Josephus, Roman records, confirms crucifixion. Mary as part of the Trinity. Quran 5:116. O Jesus, son of Mary, did you say to the people, take me and my mother as deities besides Allah? Incorrect. No Christian doctrine includes Mary in the Trinity. Ancient Mecca as Abrahamic center. Quran 2:127. And when Abraham was raising the foundations of the house, Zero evidence. Mecca absent from ancient maps. Trade records. No pre-Islamic archaeological traces. And it goes on, y'all. And it goes on. Alright, so, but wait, there's more. Quran 6:101. Originator of the heavens and earth, how could he have a son when he does not have a companion, and he created all things? And he is of all things knowing. And that, so you can't have a son that is seen as inability. And also, omnipotence, all powerful. Muslims say that their God cannot die. Whoa, okay, so there's something that he cannot do. An all-powerful God can live, can die, and can live again. No problem. Easy peasy. Omniscience, all-knowing. I mean, with all the contradictions and the historical, archaeological, and scientific blenders, that's out the window already. But once I get into the Quran more, I will come up with more examples for all of this. More examples. So, omnibenevolence, all merciful. Quran, indeed, those who disbelieve in our verses, we will drive them into a fire. Every time their skins are roasted through, we will replace them with other skins so they may taste the punishment. Indeed, Allah is ever exalted in might and wise. Eternal skin-burning punishment. So, there goes the all-merciful part. Quran 5:33. Indeed, the penalty for those who wage war against Allah and His Messenger and strive upon earth corruption is none but that they be killed or crucified, or that their hands and feet be cut off from opposite sides, or that they be exiled from the land. That is might equals right, and that is also projection right there. The penalty for those who wage war against Allah and His Messenger, but yet the main goal of Islam is to conquer the world and to wage war against the world, any who do not believe in Allah and His Messenger. So if you are defending yourself from the attack that is being inflicted upon you, they are calling that an attack on them. Those who attack you are saying that you attack them when you defend yourself. This is gaslighting. All right, so let's get back to the story here.
I give a fuck. Wait, I want to do SpaceX. This guy, he so badly just wants to be, you know. Like, this nigga really thinks that escaping is being with Elon Musk. Like, this is, Tate thinks escaping the Matrix is glazing Elon Musk and doing SpaceX. He literally thinks that escaping is being a billionaire. No, it's not. It's still, the richest people in the world are still slaves. The richest people in the world still have to kiss the wall, dummy. Have you not seen that? The richest people in the world still get dog walked by the same people that are controlling us. They still have to, I don't want to spell it out too much, but you understand what I'm saying. They still have to do the same humiliation ritual, no matter how much money they have. That's not freedom. Freedom is
At that point, you are a slave to the money, to the monetary system, to the idea that true value is something besides our divine sovereignty.
That's freedom. And when they come at you, oh, why'd you say this? You turn up the speaker. Nah. That's freedom. That's escaping. Nice for the five. Someone gifted? Who gifted? Nice for the five.
So, quick question though, Sneeko. Keep the same energy if someone has a song all about killing Muslims, right? Right? You're going to keep the same energy? Because what he's talking about right now is in his big weekend out down in Miami with the influencer Avengers, including Nick Fuentes, Clavicular, the Tate brothers, Justin Eilers or some such. So yeah, what he's talking about right now is they caught a bunch of shit for playing this song from Kanye, right? And he's like, well, fucking whatever, it doesn't matter. So if there is a song out right now about glorifying the genocide of the Palestinians, then what? I bet you that you would have something to say about that. Then the shoe would be on the other foot in that circumstance. I bet. Just saying, you got to keep consistent logic, homie, is all.
Gifted. Oh, Mike Jones, appreciate you for the 5 gifted.
Escaped.
Clip that too. We need that this up ASAP.
And now we have this mass awakening of anti-Semitism, and all these people at home think they're so smart. I've worked it out.
Okay, so let's evaluate that. Anti-Semitism. Okay, but what is a Semite? A Semite is one who lives the life according to Torah. Sorry, my bad. But so you look at the Torah, and what does it say in the Torah? It pretty much says to kill anyone who does not submit to Yahweh. Essentially, I'm paraphrasing. So if you do not submit to Yahweh, you are deserving of death or enslavement, according to the Torah. So anyone defending themselves from the attack of the Torah and their followers is an anti-Semite, is what they say. But the Torah itself is inherently anti-Gentilic, anti-Gentile. They coined the term Gentile, which is a term meant to separate every other people from the Jewish people. So if you notice that, so now to be clear, I have Jewish friends, and I personally draw a difference between a Jewish person and a Zionist. I do personally. I know not everyone does, but I do. To me, there's a distinction there. Just like there's good people and bad people of every denomination, race, creed, and religion. So, but this is what the elites that are running running Israel. That's what they want. They want the entire world to turn on all Jews. That way, they can try to use that to further subjugate and co-opt their fellow Jews, because not all Jews agree with the elite Israeli Zionist movement. Okay, just like not all Americans agree with the American government, the elite American government running around enforcing tyranny, starting wars. Believe it or not, most Americans don't agree with that shit. So it's very similar. That is same. There's a lot of Jews all around the world that don't agree with the bullshit that the elite Zionist Israelis are doing. There's a lot of people within the Israeli state, Jewish people within the Israeli state, who do not agree. They're not as vocal as they need to be about it. There are some that are vocal, but they know deep down that they are in a blood cult and that they will be killed if they go against the grain.
And they're in a brand new jail. The Jews are stopping me, so my life sucks. So your life sucked before, you didn't know why. Now your life sucks and you think you know why, but your life still sucks. And they've just moved. They've just painted the walls of their jail cell. And they're saying they're in jail. And it's just like...
Kind of like how you just repaint over the wall of your jail cell with money, right? Right, Tate? Like, your cell used to be black and then you just painted it green, but you're still in the cell. It's funny. The irony is hilarious. Tate acting like he's so different. Acting like he's not a slave, but everyone else is. Talking about everyone else just repainting their cells while not realizing that he's in the same cell, just repainted green.
They're beyond help. Like, how much trouble am I...
You're in jail right now, bro. You're in jail, Andrew. You're going to say that I'm dissing you and everything. And he's going to see this. This is slavery. You are in the matrix. You are so desperately trying to get approval from people richer. You're a slave to your desires. You worship yourself. Your ego's out of control, bro. And sometimes
No one worships themselves more than the Abrahamic gods. They are so fucking conceited and egomaniacal that they need every other living thing to worship them in the way that they prescribe through their holy books, supposed holy books. Every word ever spoken is holy. Every book ever written is holy. Every name ever spoken is the name of God. God owns all names. There is no name separate from God. There is no creation separate from God. And therein lies a stark difference between my perception and followers of Abraham. Most of them usually view their God as separate from the creation. But how can the Creator be separate from the creation?
you can see there's glimpses of somebody who's in there, but right now you're not operating off of God's will. You're operating off of your own ego. And
That's another division. God's will. Oh, okay. So how do I know what God's will is? Well, you got to read the book. The book will tell you what God's will is. Yet, as we've discussed and examined already, there's all kinds of contradictions within the books. There's all kinds of falsities, proven false claims within each of the holy books. And they will go around saying, our holy book is the truth. Well, how can that be if I find multiple things within your proposed holy book that are not true?
that's what Satanism really is, worshiping the self over God.
See, I don't believe in Satan, but if I did believe in Satan, I would 100% much be a Gnostic Christian, because I would believe that the God of the Jews, the God of the Muslims, is Satan. Because from the Gnostic perspective, Jesus was combating the God of the Jews, was opposing the God of the Jews, was freeing people from the God of the Jews. If I believed in Satan, then I would 100% be a Gnostic Christian.
If you were following what God wanted you to do, you wouldn't care about this, about a yacht, about Sydney Sweeney, about Hollywood, or about Elon Musk. Who gives a fuck? This wouldn't even be in the conversation. This is unimportant. This is nothing. It's fleeting. You will die one day. So will I, and so will everybody watching this clip. You will die. Whether tomorrow, who knows, maybe in 50 years. This is temporary. None of this stuff you could take with you. None of the riches, it's all temporary.
Supposed to get it. And you're right. Why do I still feel like I need to help people? Quite recently, I'm starting to realize that if I open the gates on every single jail cell, by the time I've taken a piss and come back, they're going to be back in jail. They're going to put themselves back in jail. And they're going to paint the walls of their jail. And they're going to say,
Oh, are they going to put themselves back in the jail, or are the extortionists and human traffickers going to put them back in jail? See, that is absolutely not an accurate perception that you got right there, Tate. If you let everyone out of the jail cells, they're going to run far and away from the jail cells. But now let's examine the greater point on that. We all create our own prisons through mental constructs. And those mental constructs manifest into physical constructs of imprisonment. But now let's examine that. See, these mental constructs were taught to us in an attempt to co-opt our creation. Because the elites that rule the world, they know the truth. They know that we are all God. And in a sea of God, see, because I'm not polytheistic, I'm monotheistic, because I see no division between you and me. I only see the unity. If I believed in division, then I would be polytheistic. The closest thing to the dark light theology that is out there, and I just found it recently, a little bit over a month ago, is called omnitheism, which is the belief that divinity is evenly saturated throughout all creation. And it is a very lightly developed theism. So I just found out about this a little bit over a month ago, omnitheism, because I was looking around for anything that might closely resemble the theology I've been creating. But my theology is much more well developed and full than anything you can find on omnitheism. It is the dark light theology, or dark lightism.
Jail anymore. My wall used to be pink. So you're in the same cell. But my wall's blue.
Yeah, you're saying he used content.
But my wall's green now, huh, Tate? Now you got a nice green wall. So, and my point is, we all create our own prisons because we are co-creators. We create our prisons, and we can choose to create something else. So our choice, our actions, our thoughts, and our beliefs must be co-opted and coerced and manipulated by those in charge, by the elites, in order to perpetuate the systems and establishments that are there solely to empower the elites. Okay, the elites require our consent, our acceptance of their systems and establishments. That is why they try so hard to manipulate us, because they know that they need our consent to empower their systems. So all we have to do, fucking motherfuckers, is choose to make our own systems. And that is what they fear the most. I am the brightest night, I am the darkest light, and I am ascending, as are we all. The dark light is upon you. Stay beautiful, motherfuckers.